was an international superstar before her 20th birthday, thanks to her breakout performance as Alex Owens in Flashdance. She found a whole new set of fans when she played Bette Porter on the groundbreaking series, The L Word. And now you can see her every week as a doctor trying to solve one of life's biggest mysteries on the new drama, Proof. Please welcome the gorgeous Jennifer-Beals. Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy.
It's like being in the red tent.
A very elegant red tent.
Yes.
Now, I can't believe you're sat next to me again, because I love every time you come here.
Me too.
I'm such a huge, huge fan of yours, and I want to take you back to Flashdance. Okay, we all love Flashdance. Now, I heard that audition was pretty grueling.
It was. Well, I had to do several auditions, but the first one I was auditioning in New York, and I got there, and they kept pushing back my audition. Like, I'd arrive, and they'd say, "Can you come back in a couple of days?" Oh. And gosh, I was 18 years old, maybe 19 years old, and I didn't have a lot of money. So the first 2 nights, I think I stayed at the Y, and then I ran out of money. Oh. And so I stayed in this little park. I slept in this little park uptown. I know.
Oh my God.
But I then realized, I called my mom and I said, I need you to send me some money. And she said, your step-grandfather lives in New York. You should just go stay with him. Wow. And so I stayed with him the night before my audition. He fed me with bagels and lots. It was so sweet. It was really, really lovely.
Oh my God.
All ended well.
Okay, so let's talk fashion. The off-the-shoulder sweater look that you rocked in the film created a big fashion craze. I myself did it. So what inspired that look?
Well, it was a mistake, first of all. I had a sweatshirt that I loved, that I used to wear all the time in high school, and I put it in the dryer for too long, and the hole shrunk. So I couldn't get my head through the hole. So I ended up cutting out the holes so that I could get my head through. And I wore it to a costume fitting for the movie, and Adrian Lyne, the director, really loved it. And so Michael, our fantastic costume designer, did a much better version of my nasty-ass sweatshirt.
And during this iconic thing that you did, you stopped everything and you went back to school. You went to Yale, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. I so admire that. I wanted to, but that's amazing. Thank you. But you went back the same time that Jodie Foster and David Duchovny were there?
Yeah, they were both
Did
there.
you ever meet either one of them?
Yeah, Jodie and I became friends, and I used to see David on the street, and he tried to pick me up on several occasions. And I said, I'm living with somebody. And I then ended up taking this acting class in New York, and who walks in the door but David Duchovny? And he's like, "I swear I am not stalking you." and we became really good friends, and he's a real sweetheart. And when he was doing the X-Files, he had talked to me about doing that. And but I think Jillian was much better suited for that part than me.
Oh, well, I think you would have been amazing in it as well.
Well,
Even though I'm
thank
a
you.
huge X-Files fan. Now, the L Word was a revolutionary show that opened so many people's minds up to LGBT issues and opened people's minds not just to kind of the issues, but the experience and the culture and what people went through. And what was that like? What did you learn from being a part of that show?
Oh, gosh, I learned so much. I mean, first of all, I learned about dental dams, which I never knew what that was. But I really learned about...
I don't know what it is.
I know. I was like, I don't think no one knows now, but there'll be a lot of Googling on the commercial break.
Okay.
But I learned to stand up for the right thing, no matter what that issue is. I was introduced to so many great activists, and I just was amazed by their dedication to the issue and And for me, it just helped me speak up.
And did you have any particular interactions with fans that made you realize how powerful it was?
Well, we had this, I got this letter from one woman, it's gonna make me cry, oh my God, I haven't slept, who was an older lady, and she and her partner had been together for a really, really long time, decades. And they had never come out to their friends or their family or to their coworkers. And she had written me telling me that the show had given her the courage to come out. And nothing happened. All her friends were very welcoming to her partner, and everything was fine. And it just really made me realize the power of storytelling, you know, that you can really change people's lives with stories.
That's so wonderful. There is going to be much more with Jennifer-Beals when we come right back.
We both ease people suffering, we heal their pain.
I'm a doctor. You do cheap parlor tricks.
I think our son might disagree. He doesn't want you to grieve for him anymore. And he wants you to know that he's happy and he's with others who... This is so hard for you to believe that there is something more.
Yes. And you want to know why? Because I really want to. I really wish I could be like other people who take things on faith, but I can't. I need to know.
That was a scene from the new show, Proof, and we're back with Jennifer-Beals. So Proof has a medical mystery element to it. It's got all these different sides, but really the show is about what happens when we die. So how is your character trying to figure that out?
Well, she's, as you said, she's the surgeon that's looking for the answer to the question, is there life after death? And she doesn't believe. She's a complete skeptic. Her worldview is completely steeped in hard science. And she's approached by this tech billionaire who tasks her with investigating whether or not there is life after death because he has a terminal illness. And how they go about looking at these different cases, he gives her a catalog of different anecdotal cases. And next week we have one of my favorite episodes that we shot all season long, which looks into past life regression. And it is just an amazing roller coaster ride. When they gave me the script, I was like, what sadist wrote this? But it was really a beautiful gift. And she meets this, she reconnects with this guy that she went to med school and he's become a past life regressionist. And she has a little bit of a crush on him. So we get another element of her.
All that stuff is so fascinating to me because we don't know.
No, because you don't know. And you won't know until you go.
I cannot wait to see it. So Joe Morton, who also stars in Scandal and also stars on your show too.
Yes.
There's a funny story about how you two met.
Oh, well, we were shooting the pilot, and Dr. Richmond hadn't been cast yet, and I got out of the elevator in the hotel, and there's Joe Morton. I was like, oh, I was a total fangirl, and said, you know, I love your work, and I think you're so wonderful. I'm really happy to meet you. And he said, you know, you realize I'm working on your show. And I said, no, I didn't. You know, nobody tells me anything. So I said, you made my day. And every day working with Joe is such a pleasure. It's like going to acting class. I learned so much. It's really fun.
Incredible.
Oh, that's cool. So you recently tweeted out, my God, Matthew Modine is so handsome. So he's playing the
tech billionaire.
The tech billionaire. He's dying. He's on Proof. So just me. Stand back. Y'all gonna fall in love with each other? What's gonna happen? Is there any time for love happening?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you
well,
can sit
you
up.
know, there's nothing like love to keep you alive, right?
Ooh.
That's all I'm gonna
wait
say.
to
That was
watch the
elegantly
show.
put. Elegantly put. Now, I understand that you've been interested in the subject of life after death since you were a very young girl, and that you would satisfy your curiosity in a certain way, and that your mom had a certain feeling about that.
Well, it wasn't this specific idea of being interested in life after death. It was really this kind of notion that there was something other than what I was seeing. And so I didn't know where to look for the answer to that unspoken question that was inside of me. And so I asked my mom if I could go to temple school, you know, partially because all the really cute boys were going to temple school in my class. And she said, no, you're not Jewish, you can't go to temple school. And then I asked her if I could go to Sunday school, and she said, no, I grew up with nuns, no, you can't go to Sunday school. And so I started reading the Bible on my own because I thought maybe in here somewhere is the answer to what I'm not even sure I'm asking. And then in a Silver Surfer comic book, in the back of the comic book, I found a mail-away catechism class. And so I did that for a while. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I really should have been studying physics, you know, and looking for those things that are invisible on the subatomic level. I don't know.
Well, these are the big questions that we're all trying to answer and that you guys are trying to answer on your show, which looks incredible. And we're so happy that you came.
Thank you.
Can't wait to watch. Jennifer-Beals, thank you so much. Proof airs Tuesday nights at 10 on TNT, and we will be right back.